CBT self-help for OCD or Obsessive Compulsive disorder. OCD often starts in childhood or young adulthood. But once it's started, it's just a little intrusive thought triggers off the really distressing process. And it's something bad is going to happen. And that's going to be very personal for you. And it can often be the same thing that we think about. And we also think it's going to be my fault. So I must prevent it happening. So I must check to make sure it's safe, or do the ritual to neutralize it. So it means that this bad thing doesn't happen. Anybody that thinks those thoughts and believes those thoughts are going to feel really anxious. You're going to get that adrenaline kicks in, those really uncomfortable physical sensations, which really seems to confirm that something bad is definitely going to happen. So if you're thinking and feeling all that, then you're going to want to try and stop it. So the way you stop it with OCD is to do the compulsion, to do the thing that you feel compelled to do. So it might be a ritual, it might be checking, it might be some sort of routine. And it might be a routine that you actually do, or it might be a mental routine in your head, like counting or praying. And when we do these compulsions, it helps us feel better for a little while. You get a little bit of relief until the next time that you get the intrusive thought. So we get caught up in this cycle, and it just keeps going and keeps going. And the more you do the compulsion, the urge that you feel compelled to do, so you feel better, and that confirms to you that that's what I need to do to stop this all happening. And we never find out that if you don't do the compulsion, that actually the bad thing won't happen. So you never put it to the test because it's too big a risk to take. We can learn to break the cycle with CBT. We can learn to think differently and do things differently. So you can learn to challenge your thoughts. You can learn to notice the mind bully, that OCD bully that lives in your head. You can learn to not believe or pay attention to that bully, to those thoughts. You can learn lots of skills that are going to help you do that, to help you defuse from those thoughts. And you can learn mindfulness techniques to help learn to control your focus of attention a lot more. And we can learn to do things differently, to change our behaviour. We can learn exposure and response prevention. In other words, you're going to expose yourself to what makes you feel anxious and learn not to do the compulsion, the routine. And in doing that, you'll find out that the bad things won't happen. You can start small and build up. You can learn and use coping skills to help you cope with the anxiety that there will be initially. And you can learn to do mindful activity to help your focus of attention too. If you're doing differently and thinking differently, that's going to have a big impact on the way you feel. You're going to feel much less anxious. That OCD bully is going to diminish in strength and in loudness. So visit the webpage get.gg/ocd.htm. Follow the steps on that webpage, or you can print off the self-help guide PDF. Download and print the worksheets. And you can download the guided self-help MP3s. www.getselfhelp.co.uk. CBT self-help and therapy resources.